Does your digital line art also look like this? If yes, then you've come to the right place. We are going to learn how you can get better at your digital line art. Line art is a process in which you draw finer and cleaner lines over the rough sketch you drew earlier. And if you don't know how to make good line art, then your art will not look alike to your rough sketch. It's one of the most important steps in the process of drawing. And in this video, I am sharing with you 5 amazing tips to get better at line art. Our first tip is draw cleaner rough sketch. One of the main reasons why our line art doesn't look good is that we don't have a clean rough sketch. When our rough sketch is messy, then it becomes very difficult for our eyes to find which line is correct and where should you draw the line. Don't draw hairy hatchy lines and avoid chicken scratching as much as you can. A messy rough sketch leads to confusing and improper line art because then you don't know which line is correct to draw on. So try to make a cleaner rough sketch. In order to make a cleaner rough sketch, you should try to simplify complex structures in simpler shapes. Just like here, I am trying to draw everything simplified and in basic shapes. Second tip to get better at digital line art is use line variation. Don't draw everything with the same line weight. Use a variety of line weights to add the sense of depth and contrast in your art. You can use this technique where outlines of the subject are drawn bolder and inner lines are drawn thinner. It's a very famous technique used in many cartoons and TV shows. And always make the details with narrower lines, because if you'll draw the details in thicker lines, then it'll conflict with the outline. And we don't want our lines to conflict with each other. Rather, it's good to separate the line thickness for the outlines, inner lines, and smaller details. You can also change the line thickness according to the lighting conditions of the scene. For example, in this scene, the light source is on the top left, so everything on the top left side will be drawn with thinner lines, and make lines thicker on the areas where very less to no light is coming. This will also help you in shading your artwork later. If you are doing an environment study, then you can make the lines thicker which are closer to you, and gradually make them thinner as they go away from you. If you are working on a background which has a vanishing point like this, you can make these areas bolder, and draw the lines thinner as they go away to the horizon line. It shows a sense of depth in the background. The far away lines are getting thinner, because of atmospheric haze or mist, and also, things which are far away from us appears faded and smaller. That's why we are making them with thin lines. You can also showcase or highlight something, by just making their line heavier than the other objects. Another important thing to keep in mind while drawing is continuity in lines. If your lines end abruptly with a thick and stiff end, then it might not look appealing, because when you will draw the next line after this one, that will lack the continuity, and the flow or motion will break. So always try to make the lines tapered at the end of each stroke, so that it looks like one single line in a continuous flow. You can make the lines taper at the end of each stroke by just drawing the line a bit faster, and lifting up the pen as the line completes. To get the benefit of pressure sensitivity, and be able to draw the lines just as you want without facing any technical issue, you'll need a good drawing tablet, which must have at least 8192 pressure levels. Like here, I am using the XPPen Deco 01V2. It has a huge workspace of 10 by 6.25 inches, which gives me enough space to cover the whole screen and draw freely. XPPen has a lot of pen tablets and display tablets. XPPen offers a wide variety of tablets for almost every type of creative person, be it an artist, animator, illustrator, graphic designer, UI and UX designer, game developer, or teacher. If you are a beginner, you can go with budget-friendly tablets like XPPen Star 03, Deco Mini, Star G640. If you are at the intermediate level of your profession, you can go with a bit more advanced tablets like XPPen Pro SW Graphic Tablet, Artist 10 2nd Gen, Artist 12 Pro, Artist 12 2nd Gen. And if you are a professional artist, you can go for one of the best display tablets in the market like Artist 15.6 Pro, Innovator 16, Artist 22R Pro, Artist 24 Pro. A tablet is way better than drawing with your finger or mouse. If you draw with your fingers, you miss out on many useful advantages like pressure sensitivity, precise lines, great line quality, shortcut keys and great ergonomics. XPPen also has great customer support. In order to use the XPPen tablet with all the features, you'll need to download its drivers from XPPen's website. Just select your tablet and download the latest drivers of whichever operating system you are using. After downloading the drivers, you'll need to install them, and once you open the app, it will look something like this. On the top left side, you can see the name of your tablet. In the work area section, you can change the active work area of the screen, but generally it's best to keep the full area active, because you don't want your stylus to just work on a specific area. Rather, you would like to utilize the full screen. You can also change the rotation of the tablet by clicking here. Now let's come to the pen settings. There are 2 buttons on this stylus, and both are customizable. By default, the first button is set to switch between pen and eraser. It's very efficient and time-saving, because whenever you need to erase something you can easily switch to eraser in just a click of a button, and once you are done with erasing, you can switch back to the pen by clicking on the same button. The second button is set to right-click, which is also very useful if you are using software like Photoshop. When you have the pen tool selected and you right-click with your pen, then this dialog box appears where you can change the size and softness of the brush, and you can also pick any brush you want from the library. Now coming back to the app, here you can also adjust the pressure sensitivity, according to your preference and likings. Now let's talk about the shortcut keys. You can also change the shortcut keys, according to which tools and shortcuts you use the most. There are a total of 8 shortcut keys in XPPen's Deco 01v2, and you can customize each of them. Here is how I've customized them. First 2 keys are dedicated for brush and eraser. Third one is for undo, whose shortcut is Ctrl+E. Fourth one is for hand tool, which helps me to easily navigate in Canvas, and its shortcut key in Photoshop is spacebar. Fifth one is for zoom in, and sixth one is for zooming out. Seventh one is X, which helps me in switching between 2 colors seamlessly. And the last key is to open up the XPPen's driver panel. In case I need to adjust some settings of the tablet, I will just click on the last key and change the settings in no time. So if you are interested in buying a drawing tablet to boost up your work, XPPen is the best platform to look for. I have also been using XPPen's products for the last 2 years, and they work amazing. So the third tip to get better at line art is confidence in lines. If you also draw wiggly and shaky lines, and don't know how to get that clean looking stroke, the possible reason for this could be that you don't have enough confidence in you, and you are drawing with your wrist and fingers. Always use your elbow to draw. Avoid drawing with your wrist as much as you can, because when you are drawing with your wrist, it covers a very short area, and you can only draw in only one direction with your wrist. Therefore draw with your whole arm, because now you can cover a very large area, and can draw things in just one stroke. Don't get afraid if the line is going here and there, because here comes the best part of drawing digitally, that you can undo anytime you make an improper stroke. Try to draw a stroke in one go. If that isn't drawn as you desired, just press Ctrl+E, and try to draw that again. Repeat the process until you don't get a satisfactory result. The more you practice to draw like this, the better you get at drawing clean looking lines. Our fourth tip is line intensity. To show the sense of depth, you can not only just make the lines finer, but can also make the lines a bit faded to show the atmospheric perspective. Like here, these are quite far away in this scene, so I am drawing these lines with very light pressure on my tablet, which makes it look like it's almost faded or covered by haze or fog and atmosphere. These are some examples of tangents. Try to avoid them as much as you can. Tangents makes a drawing look flat and confuses the viewer if one object is in front or behind the other objects. Tangents are basically a group of lines that merge at the same place. Thus it creates a sort of mess, and breaks the flow of that line, and makes it confusing to understand where that line is going, and which thing is above, and which thing is below. So whenever 2 lines are meeting at the same place, all you have to do is just offset one of the lines, and it must be obvious for the viewer to identify which thing is in front, and what is behind. Overlapping lines makes your drawing look much more three-dimensional, and gives a sense of depth in your art. Drawing overlapping lines instead of simple plain lines make your art look way better and interesting. So these were some of the tips I used to enhance my line art. I hope you like them, and it helps you to improve at line art. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.